Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and I think at this stage of the game, some of you are wondering what are other people actually playing in the Shiyu Defense endgame mode, what are the team compositions, what if you do not have certain characters. In this video, I just want to share with you a very simple list of best teams from a sample size of 3,000 people, what they did. I just summarize all the key highlights and I'll value add along the way as well. This is of course for August 2024 rotation for version 1.0 to 1.1. Any of you who are watching this in future might be less relevant because new characters might be out, rotations might be different. But anyway, let's get into the first thing that we want to touch on. Let's start off from like a high level overview before we like go down in depth. So first things first. Top 3 DPSs. What am I seeing people using? The top 3 in terms of people using in the Shiyu Defense stages 11 through 17, which is the second difficulty mode, the harder one, is Alan, Zhu Yuan, as well as Soldier 11. These 3 round up like the top 3 placings. In close 4th place, you actually have Nekomata, but I do notice that a lot more people prefer Soldier 11 compared to Nekomata, so that is like the top 3 DPSs. The 4-star, the A rank DPSs, Anton is actually one of the higher ones that amongst the 3,000 people that were gathered in the sample size. Anton is one of the higher ones as well. So that is for top 3. I know not all of you have these characters. Some of you might not even have a single character. So I want to talk a little bit more about popular teams as well as what if you do not have S-rank limited characters and blah blah blah. So most popular teams in terms of the August 2024 rotation so far, what we are seeing. Firstly, we have Alan, Lycan, as well as Sokaku. This one is a pretty straightforward team that we have been seeing across the board. Why is this good? It pretty much fulfills the attack, stun, as well as offensive support criteria, which means that Sokaku buffs Alan, Lycan defense shreds, stuns, but we kind of already know that by now. Not all of us has been so lucky to get an Alan-Lycan combo, so the second option that recently has came about is a character like Zhu Yuan with Nicole, as well as Ambi Damara. This is comparatively a lot more free-to-play friendly because you are basically playing with 2 F2P units that we get from the start of the game. You don't need a second stun character that is a 5-star, which means you can just run it like, you pull the limited character, you can run with the free-to-play team. So this one's get very popular actually, very close second, and in third place, of course, we have another variation of Alan. For those of you who do not have Lycan, you can consider just playing Ambi Damara. That's what a lot of people are playing, and they're finding quite a lot of success with it in the Shiyu Defense as well. Note that this is a collated Shiyu Defense. I'm not talking about the final stage. Some of us are making our way through like stage 15, stage 16. So this will apply to popular teams across all 17 stages as well. So in rank 4, something to mix up the difference, what we are seeing is a Soldier 11 Collator Lucy team composition, and then we move into another Soldier 11 team. This is of course Soldier 11 plus the 2 Sons of Cauldron. We are running a double fire into a Piper Anomaly, likely to add in a little bit more damage, forsaking a little bit of stun in the 5th position here. And you can see like in number 6, the appearance rate of course is very concentrated at the top. Everyone's playing these, and the Soldier 11 teams can tend to be a bit more like niche down already. In rank 6, you have a double support Alan, which is also viable and what people are also playing. If you do not have a good stun unit that you don't really like, you want to make use of your support character, the S rank support characters that you have pulled so far. I think that is pretty healthy as well. So what do I notice from here? Apart from the last one here, number 6, and number 5 to the most extent, largely most people in the game currently are running an attack, stun, offensive support combo, and that has worked well for a lot of people. So if you are trying to build your team compositions, you likely want to go with this in order to fight the early game meta as well. There are some exceptions, like some people are running like double support, some people are running anomaly offensive support, but by and large the rule attack, stun, offensive support works quite well. But now let's go into the next part, which is talking about what if you do not have an S-rank DPS. Not all of us have 2 S-rank cushy on each side, right? We know how to build one team, but how do we build 2 teams? So here, I already gave like a quick summary. You can see over here, is basically most people, what they are playing with is a Piper and Anton team composition as the main DPS, together with an offensive support, what we are seeing, for example, Lucy, and a character, for example, like Arena, and then they are running either Grace or Ambi Damara. So the first one is very clear, it's an anomaly-based team composition. to proc disorder and doing some damage. So if you do not have this, I highly recommend you consider running an anomaly team composition. If you do not have an S rank DPS, like attack based DPS, we talked about why Piper. A lot of people, speedrunners, use Piper. You can check the video out on the channel if you're interested in more details on that. We've covered it already, but you can see that it's quite successful if you're looking for these units to play. And one of the interesting things is that out of all of like the team compositions that people are playing, people seem to favor Anton a lot more than Corrin. Is Corrin underrated or not? At this point, this video is not aimed to conclude on that. What I see is that there's a lot more people choosing to play Anton as their main DPS and Piper as their main DPS compared to a lot of the other players out there who maybe are trying Corrin. These guys are the ones that push all the way, so there is some success and success leaves trails, which is what we are trying to figure out here. So there is still a lot of S rank here. You can see like Grace, Rena, there's Colada. But I just want to give like a more general overview of, or specific rather, into a Shiyu Defense 17, and then I'll talk about some generic stuff going into the end. My slides are reordered a little bit here. But first things first, for Shiyu 17 specific for endgame players, and then we will talk about people that do not have any single S rank character in a little bit as well. In the first half, what we are noticed people are running is Ellen with Lycan as well as Sokaku. This is the number 1 team that people are playing in the Shiyu 17. So specific for the final stage of Shiyu 17. So super end game. Might not be applicable to you as of right now if you're trying to push in, but this is what people are running for you guys to prepare. Some people are also playing Zhu Yuan, free-to-play team here with Ambi as well as Nicole as one of the teams in the first half. Otherwise, people are playing like a double support Ellen here in the first half as well. Second half, we have similarly, it's like you are either playing one of each side. These are of course the most popular teams. At this stage of the game, if you are clearing Shiyu 17, you're probably a refresher, a whale, or person that has spent a little bit of resources as well. So likely that's why you are seeing so much dominance of these two teams on either sides. Not to say that everyone's ahead of you, don't get stressed out over that. It's just that these people tend to be a bit more wily in nature if you are pushing all the way to floor 17. So you see here, you have Zhu Yuan on one side, you have Ellen, you have another Zhu Yuan team, and the team compositions pretty much are stun, attack, as well as offensive support, with only one team here, double support in nature. And one honorable mention that I want to shout out is any of you who are wondering what other team compositions do people play in like the end mode right now. One of them is of course a Nekomata and Piper team composition, and as well as a Lucy of course for offensive support. No stun, but you do a lot of assault damage, which helps Nekomata good amounts of damage as well as you are in the early game. So it is possible, like we talked about why speedrunners use Piper, it is very possible for you to run a Nekomata as well as like 2 A rank and push through to the final content as well. So if you're finding value in this video so far, do like and subscribe, of course, for more of such future content. And one more thing that I want to share with you guys is notable teams for any of you who do not have S ranks. These are not like meta by any means, but I noticed that some Gigachads are actually playing with A rank units in the final Shiyu 17 and actually clearing it as well. And 2 honorable mentions. So only 2 teams are played full S rank or full A rank in the first half. The second half has a little bit more variation and combinations, so it does seem like second half is slightly easier. But this one, very, very strong. Anton, Anbi, as well as Nicole team composition. You proc all of their additional abilities. They are played in both halves, so if you are looking for a team composition, you can consider this one to slap in. Of course, make sure you build your second half correctly as well, because you're already using one stun character here. If you are lacking of this stun character, you might want to like move towards a Piper team, which we talked about in the previous sections. You can just like see what other people are playing, then you will be able to do quite fine as well. Otherwise, this is a very interesting one. Ben, Nicole, as well as a Lucy team composition. This one, it theoretically has no damage in this at all. So I would think that the person or people who are playing this is generally quite whale-like in nature. Maybe they are running a very, very quick swap rotation. I have doubts on this team compositions to be manageable in the first half, but it's interesting. I definitely want to try it out a little bit more in future, because if this team composition is actually viable and it's the innings of a defense character starting its meta, It'll be very interesting to build more teams around it. But I would say focus on the top one over here. I just wanted to make this notable because something that I noticed which is exceptional, and that's what this channel is all about. I try to value add to you a bit more rather than just like reading off a script or something like that. But if you found this video helpful, do leave us a comment as well. What teams are you using? Maybe are they underrepresented, or do you use any of these popular teams over here too? And let me know how far you are into the Shiyu Defense right now, as of time of you watching this video, of course. And thank you again so much for your attention. See you next video.